Well, we talked a lot about the third and final presidential debate in Las Vegas. I spent 3 days there, didn't gamble, but worked very hard. And a lot of commentary about Chris Wallace, obviously drawing rave reviews just about across the media landscape, from the big newspapers, from the media critics, from liberals as well as conservatives. But some Trump fans not that happy with the host of Fox News Sunday. Here's Bill Hannum writing in. Why is it apparently accepted by everyone that 5 days after the debate, the media have yet to even mention that the question asked by Chris Wallace regarding the acceptance of the result of the presidential election was never answered by Mrs. Clinton? Capital letters, so you don't miss the point. All right, let me try to take this one on. I got a lot of emails and Twitter comments along the lines of, well, how is it that Chris Wallace only asked this question to Donald Trump? Okay, the idea of a major party nominee not accepting the results of the presidential election. We're not talking about here about looking for a recount, as Al Gore did in the 500 vote margin in Florida on which the entire presidential election turned. We're talking here about serving advance notice that you might not accept the outcome. That question, to my knowledge, has never been asked before at a presidential debate because it was always assumed that whoever the Democratic or the Republican or an independent or third-party nominee was, that this is the way American democracy functions. The reason that Chris Wallace asked that question to Donald Trump, and I believe any moderator from any network, from any news organization would have felt compelled to ask that question in the third and final debate, is that in the week or 10 days or so leading up to the debate, Trump was constantly talking about a rigged election. And he was blaming the media, yes. And some of his own people, Kellyanne Conway, Mike Pence, were saying, oh, no, he's going to accept the results of a fair election. There's no question about it. But Trump himself wouldn't go there, and he would tweet about voter fraud. And yes, there's voter fraud in America. But nobody of either party, any expert that's looked at this, thinks the voter fraud rises to the level of tipping the results in any given state, let alone in all 50 states. So there's a reason that Chris Wallace didn't ask Hillary Clinton the question. She's never made any utterance about not accepting the results. It's Donald Trump who has been talking about that. Now there were questions specific to Hillary Clinton about the Clinton Foundation and about the WikiLeaks emails. Donald Trump didn't get asked about that because there is no hacked emails for the Trump campaign or the RNC. So, you know, every single question doesn't have to be asked of both candidates. If it's a question about taxes or the economy or trade, yes, then you want to get both candidates on the record. This question was specific to Donald Trump. And by the way, what made news, maybe too much news, I talked about media overkill on this, what made news after Las Vegas was not Chris Wallace's question, but Donald Trump's answer. Had he given a different answer, kind of the way he clarified it the next day, I don't think it would have been the bombshell it turned out to be.